Hi, everyone. Dr. Sarah, your brain gal here. It's so fun to see you again on our Tuesday lives. And today I am going to start talking about how it takes a village to raise kids. We hear this all the time, but I want you to start thinking about this in just a little bit of a different way. Because when I talk about it taking a village, I don't just mean to talk with your kids, I mean for your own brain as well. And so let's just go along this process today and think about this concept. So if I want to learn knitting, for example, I am going to go seek out someone who knows how to knit, seek out some resources about knitting, and start to build my skills up to learn how to knit. And that's just the normal, natural process. Nobody would think anything of it. But when it comes to raising kids, we often think that asking for help is a bad thing, that means we're a bad mom or that means we're a bad parent. But if we want to learn a skill like cooking, we're happy to take classes and we're happy to find a great Instagram influencer and learn about how they cook or look up some information or get a book and start to teach ourselves how to cook. But again, when we think about parenting, we rarely think that asking for help is a good thing. We often consider this a failure. So I want to start everybody thinking about raising brains being a team effort and trying to think about how you can build your dream team up around you. Your dream team is going to consist of a lot of different types of teams, right? So my favorite, Megan Murphy here, and if you haven't gotten her book yet, I would highly recommend it. I'm going to put it in the notes down below, in the comments down below too. But if I want to get some information about how to fully charge my life, how to think positively, and just really kind of refocus my energy and understand how I can control my world by making your life fully charged yourself, I'm going to reach over here to Megan Murphy. And not only that, she says, a radically simple approach to having endless energy and filling every day with yay. And let me tell you, I just spent the weekend with her. She absolutely embodies filling every day with yay. But she also has this wonderful concept called Team Murphy. And the team that she's talking about is the team within her household is functioning as a family unit, as a team, everybody contributing to making things happen the way that for every individual person. You've heard me talk about that importance before. This is one of the things that Megan Murphy talks about. So Megan Murphy is part of my dream team because she's helping to educate me, to help me see the world in a little bit of a different way and start to see my family as a family team, as a family unit. And once I start to do that, then my dream team is now starting to extend. So I have my family unit, my team, but now I'm also going to start to extend it out to other areas. So not only am I learning a lot about things that are going to make me a better person, like filling my life with yay, but I can also think about things that are going to better me as a mom. And seeking out these resources is absolutely the way to do that. I mentioned that I spent the weekend with some wonderful ladies. My versions of my dream team, these are people that recharged and refueled me. Another great example is McKenna. And look at her. This is she's in Women's Day this month. If you haven't gotten your copy, you totally should. And she looks absolutely gorgeous here. And she talks about turning 40. And she has alopecia. But what I love about this article is it's so focused on her life lessons and her health and happiness secrets, even more so than her struggles historically with alopecia and how far she's come in terms of creating the path towards happiness for herself. She's part of my dream team by teaching me how to see something that's happened to me and use that to push me forward. So if you haven't gotten these passed down, in terms of thinking about teams and your dream team, think about it in a different way. It's not just about the people raising your kids. It's about the people that you surround yourself with. And another one of my favorites, Heidi here. I don't know if you can see, I'll put it up, but she does cross flow here. And I'll put her information also in there. I did one of her classes this weekend. Also, she contributed to my dream team this weekend. What an incredible yoga experience for me. She helped to get my body back to center. And even though I couldn't, full disclosure, I couldn't do every movement, I'm going to work up to it. But just her energy and her experience really poured, and the love she poured into each one of her classes is absolutely incredible. And I needed that to be able to go back and fuel into my dream team. And I'm sure many of you have other exercise instructors or life instructors that do this for you. And all of them are part of this wonderful. I didn't mention Jamie yet, but I'm going to mention her in just a minute because she is New York Fit Fam. So right down here, there's my spatial skills for you. They have an Off the Gram podcast, and let me tell you, watching them contribute back to my world in such a wonderful way and give me all this insight has been really, really helpful. And I want you to start seeing your dream team as these people that can really help to boost you up as much as you're going to be raising these little brains and boosting your kids up. And it doesn't always have to be the same kind of experience. For example, here, Megan Lindsay here had such an incredible impact on me this weekend. Wonderful, wonderful woman. She was a runner-up on The Voice. If you are familiar with her, she's a great song out right now. And she sang and helped us write a song, and we just really connected as people. And that connection feeds back into part of my dream team because it takes a village to really help to consistently keep yourself centered and whole. So when we talk about it taking a village to raise a kid, we're really talking about trying to keep people in your life as a parent, as a person, I should say, to keep you whole, to make sure that when you're looking at raising your little brains, you're asking for help or you're just trying to find more information. I often tell parents, if you are asking me if you're a good parent, you're a good parent because you want to know, you're seeking out information. Just remember that doesn't have to come in these very basic book forms. That could come in watching a Facebook Live. That could watching. That could come in watching Instagram, where we do those little tips on Friday. And that could come from reaching out and saying, "Hey, I need a strategy session," or "I want to know what you think about this." My kid's little brain in particular, or that could come from going to your neighbor's house and seeking some support and advice. And another wonderful woman I met, Michelle, who has an Instagram called Recovery is the New Black. She even talks about her version of a dream team, which is getting support around recovery, recovery, and living a sober life. And listening to her, even though I may not be living a sober life, she really helped me to understand how to live life to its fullest and how you can still have this wonderful day-to-day support and actually even find more camaraderie and more community in living a sober life or in a recovery lifestyle than you can outside of it. So it's such a different perspective. So many of you follow me. You know that I was away this weekend with these wonderful women, and I can't tell you. I mean, even Jamie, to help to define the way you think about food, refocus your views about food and healthy eating is just such a everybody is looking at things a little bit differently. And when you extend your network and you expand that box as members of your dream team, you are going to really, that's the village we're talking about, to refuel you so you can pour that back into your family. So you have lots of different experiences and ways of thinking about the world that are going to help to keep you recharged and extend your village. It's also going to, I want to give you all permission to do this, to let go of the mom guilt about doing it, to bring these experiences and these lessons home to your kids, and then also to ask for support when you need it. Because when you're asking for support on parenting tips, on raising brains, on any of the things that I mentioned today, you're really showing your kids that that's what life is about. Life is about learning, and your brain loves to learn. Your kids might not love school all the time, but if you leave them alone, they will start Googling things. They'll start going on YouTube. They'll start looking at TikToks. If they're anything like my kids, they will come down and start saying, "You want to make a 1-minute cookie? I just saw how to make a 1-minute cookie." And that's because our hip wants to learn and our MEG wants to be stimulated and Franny wants to be used. So we want to really make sure that we're using this. So next time you go to fuel yourself, as part of your village and you use your village not just to help your children, but to help you, let go of the mom guilt, just like Hannah mentioned, and really start to extend the concept to it being your village and show your kids, use that as a learning experience for your kids. And of course, when you are thinking about a village and you are thinking about a dream team, we're thinking about all the kids, all the people that impact your kids. So people like teachers, like coaches, right? Like grandparents, like friends, um, any of extended family member, dance instructors, everybody is helping you to mold your little brain. So let go of this mom guilt, jump on board. Let's all help each other and become each other's village for raising kids. So what I want to hope to say to you today is if you needed to go grab your village like I needed to this weekend, more power to you. Grab that experience, use it as a teachable moment for your kids and show them what you've learned and how you've grown and how that's helped to fuel you into helping them. And when your neighbor goes to do this, jump in and help with her kids. When you see a woman in the grocery store and she looks exhausted and her kids are screaming, instead of judging her, see what you can do to help her because we are all a part of this collective village and we want to take that opportunity to help and support each other so that we're also supporting our parents, supporting raising their little brains and their kids. And when we do that, we got to think outside the box, get some wonderful people as part of your dream team, and keep yourself moving. And that's the goal, right? We all need to keep ourselves moving. So it does take a village to raise your kids. I hope some of the stuff that I just showed you may inspire you or re-inspire you. And remember, when you're having some issues, trying to keep this village moving, trying to keep your family team moving, trying to keep your dream team moving, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to figure out a new strategy. That's what we do for any skill. And so let go of that mom guilt and grab your team. It takes a village to raise kids. See you guys. Until next time.